and you just heard her. I think this has been another topic. Like, it's been on our desk for how many years? Like 25 years to 40 years. Sexual favors from people. Another question: have you managed a female artist before?
No, I haven't. I have, in and out, but not as in full time.
Yeah.
Oh, I can.
You can?
Yeah, I can.
You have the power?
And
the discipline?
I don't mix business with pleasure.
Good.
Like, I have that notion in my mind, You always need to look at the respect side of the business. If you want people to respect you, you have to be able to draw your lines. The others who would say no, I want Bulldog, my brother Bulldog.
Oh, he has said it many times.
Yeah, if you no chop, you no go do the job. That is him, But I don't think it is me. I don't think it's proper.
Okay.
Familiarity brings contempt, and if you really want to say no to your art, you need to be, as a manager, you need to be stern and firm. You need to say no when you have to say no. You need to say yes when you have to say yes. Artists are always like head pumped. If you leave them, they would do their things, and they would always, drag you or make you feel get their way, But this topic, there be Adam Goofy answer.
Adam, get closer to the microphone now. We're talking about women and the constant complaints about record labels asking for sexual favors. Adam Mensa Chotome, you are a music executive now. You manage artists or an artist. Adam,
Kwame,
how do you deal with your artists in terms of management, in terms of turning their emotions into something profitable?
Do I go to the changing room there?
Oh, for me, I think that it's quite unfortunate with what she said. It shouldn't ideally be the situation.
Yeah.
However, you see, if you be a means a woman and
means some woman, meaning some,
will be a Canada open,
meaning some. Continue.
And I think that
so wait, that's a right thing.
Yeah, meaning some woman.
God, thank you. We were
every house you get somebody we
were they call women's, and I was wondering why it had to be.
Yeah, because my home we don't have mensa. Continue.
So it's really sad that other people have to go in that way. It should be more about what you've seen in the person and you want to push. Especially women need a lot of emotional support because a lot of little things break them, and you as a manager need to be there for the person emotionally to be able to get them on their feet to do what they do. However, some do take advantage of the situation, and I think that it's some way. I've heard a musician who said that it's like he got somebody who was interested in in her, and quickly the person put her on. She was doing everything with the person, and boom, she became a star, and the person was so supporting. So she didn't see the struggles, you understand? But the man ensured that his role of making her reach her destination in terms of the career was done. And we've seen situations where people start managing and they become partners or lovers.
Yes.
And I know one where at the end of the day, when that one too, if you are not careful, when one break from there, the relationship breaks affects the career. And we've seen one where at the end of the day, even after everything, issue of Facebook and social media, ownership became an issue. So we need to be able to read.
But it's public knowledge. You can't mention.
Oh, I mean.
Okay, continue.
So people need to draw the boundary. They need to know what they want to do with a person. Is it that you want to go into relationship and still manage and ensure she reach her destination, or you just want to run and leave the career? I mean, if you do that, Charlie, maybe it's me.
So it's the motive, eh?
Exactly. So please, let's have the right motive and support our females. It's sad.
Martinez, You have daughters. You have a daughter. Assuming your daughter wants to get into music, you have the resources to help her get into music industry. And maybe you have feelings for her. You want to get together, apart from business, also maybe make family with her. Is that a bad thing?
Kwame, this is a difficult question. It's a difficult in the sense that some see it as a problem, some doesn't see it as a problem. So, I mean, dealing with such issues, we have to weigh both sides, because call two female artists or upcoming artists, one will see this as a major problem, the other wouldn't. If you are not interested, it's not a big deal. It's not a problem.
But you shouldn't deny the person of the contract because the person declined your proposal.
In fact, it makes no sense. Yes. Sexual favors to me doesn't make sense at all. I mean, when you are making it a condition or making a conditional, that is very unfortunate. In fact, it puts you in a bad light.
All right.
But the thing is, if you, the lady, you are not interested, I mean, it's your principles, it's your ideology, it's your stand. You shouldn't make it look like it's a major problem that is going to stifle your work. That is how I see it, because if you are not ready to do it, some are ready. At the end of the day, you cannot by force stop those who are willing to do it. There are some, when you advise them or when you try to say it's their life, they will choose to do it.
I'm not sure those who choose to do it will complain about it.
Exactly.
Those who don't want to be in that situation are the ones coming out to complain.
Yes. So for me, I think to make the discussion very fair, I'm talking to the ladies who always try to complain about some of these things like Efekeyz. You also need to commend those who are also doing well. Because if you are talking about female artists going through challenges, at the end of the day, same men we are blaming are behind successful female artists as well. I don't know if you get my point.
I'm not sure she generalized.
That is why
thing. She said because some of them do
but
that.
She said female artists are facing this. She didn't say some female artists.
I'm sure she meant to say some.
Okay, but per what we read, said female artists. So that's why it's a general statement. My point is, if you are saying female artists are facing this and it's stifling the problem, and she made example that the men are getting free space to operate and all of that. Once you are blaming the men, it is the same men who are also projecting the women.
So you want to say that if some women are having it easy with the men or doing whatever it is, you think that it is okay for them to do it, and then for the others, if they don't want to do it, they should go their way. Is that what you're trying to put it?
Exactly. But my point is, at least you need to acknowledge the fact that it is the same men who are also projecting the women. I'm not encouraging that.
She was very specific with her words, as in demanding sexual favors before.
You see, I want to ask a question
before giving the contract.
I help this education a little bit.
Yeah,
and we have Doreen here.
Yes,
she's a female.
Yes, she is.
Do you encounter these things when you are probably looking for gigs and other things? Do you encounter it?
In all honesty, I have, but it is how you manage it.
How do you manage it?
I manage it if it's. It's not. I'm not interested. I am married, so I am not interested. I don't go like, I don't fight you with it, but I make it clear to you that I'm not interested, and I go my way.
And have you lost jobs?
I have lost jobs. I've lost gigs.
So it is real.
It is real.
Wow.
I've lost gigs, but I'm still Doreen. Okay. It hasn't taken anything away from me. I always want to let people know that, listen, even in this world, there are good people and there are bad people. Yeah. It is how you manage each and every one. I mean, these two people. So at the end of the day, if you're a woman, if one man doesn't give you a chance, doesn't mean another man will not.
Of course.
You understand? So for me, I always say it, don't give up. It's not to say people have not been through it. People have been through it, but people are still who they are. if we're going to go to ask, I've personally had conversations with some of these female artists, and they've said it, but I've always encouraged them that, listen, it doesn't mean they are all like that. There are a few good ones here, and I'm glad that Ashes said that if a woman should come, if he gets one, he will manage the person. It is good he's hearing it, but we've also heard from others who say, listen, if you come my way, I will do it this way, and I'll go that way. So you need to know how to go about it. This conversation will not end. It's not just in the music space, it's in every aspect of our lives. Banks everywhere. When you talk to women, we get stories like this, but women are still fighting, women are still helping themselves, and I believe that when we find our way to wherever we have to be, trust me, some will take us out of these places. So
okay. Martinez, please, 1 second.
So wrapping up with what I said, it's good you asked there about what
Ashes asked. Oh, you're talking about Efekeyz.
Yes, Efekeyz.
Okay.
What she thinks concerning women coming into the space. I mean, there's a stand I normally take when issues like this pops up.
All right.
Because you need to have more women also coming into the space to help the game. The point I was trying to make is that immediately you make a statement like that, it creates an impression that record executives or the men are taking advantage of the women when they want to do music or when they want to get to the top.
Sure.
So when it happens like that, I mean, when you get the opportunity to speak, find a way to at least encourage the positive ones and invite your fellow women, those in authority to also come into the space and help. But if not, and the men are still the people doing the work, and you still come back and bash them in general, one way or the other, it becomes unfair.
Thank you, Martinez. Robert has not spoken on this particular one. Robert.
In business relations, there's something called ethics.
Yes.
And just so I don't even misquote it, ethic refers to the moral principles that guide business behavior, including honesty, integrity, fairness in areas like workplace, conduct, environmental responsibility, and fair, competition, etc., etc. And it goes on and on. I think ultimately everything we are discussing comes down to what is called ethics. And once we are ethical in our various professions, all of these things should be aligned.
All right.
But you know that
thank you very much.
Also, actually go out of their way
to seduce in order to win.
Because that's the only way they can get.
We will talk about that another day.
And the other day.
All right.
I think it's worth that complete conversation.
Yes.
Those who seduce, the fact that sometimes the job does not exist.
Exactly.
The man is willing to create for you because
the woman.
You are also willing to do the whole, whole thing needs to be happening.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, we have messages here, but unfortunately time will not permit us to read, and it had to do with the Hip Life conversation. So I'm sure when we have it again, we'll do that. I'm so sorry we can't read the messages, but this is where we wrap it all up. Very big thank you to you, DJ Fantastic, to Mr. Hagler, Debbie Sweeney, Apnes, and to you, the gentlemen, Edem, Martinez, Robert, and Ashes.
Wow.
Thank you so much for coming this morning. My name is Doreen Avio.
My name is Kwame Dazi. Coming up next is Music Box with
DJ
Mr.
Black.
This is Hitz.